Good afternoon. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Coffee and a Card. I am Holly with Handcrafted Blessings and looking forward to some happy mail and making a project with you here today. So, hello. All right. So I know when I was picking out a coffee cup to post for my reminder post, I just really liked that red festive cup that I found. And so I posted it. But I promise we are not making a Christmas card today. Although I suppose I'm using pink and green, which is, you know, kind of in the color families of Christmas, so maybe somehow it counts. Thank you, Tony, for sharing the video. That's very kind of you. Yeah, so welcome, everybody. I've got some cards to show you. So happy mail is what I call it when y'all send me mail, because it makes me happy to show everybody what you're working on. So it's not about perfection. It's not about, wow. It's just, I'm so excited that you're crafting and that you decided to share it with me. And so I'm now going to share it on Facebook Live. So that's what I call, happy mail. So, thank you to those of you who are saying congratulations. I appreciate it. So yes, I did get engaged, and yeah, I'm a little excited. So, all right, let's do some happy mail. Marlene Moritz from, she's from Sutton, Nebraska. That's a great town name, Marlene. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, so, you know what? Let me take her note out so we can see the whole design. Okay, there. So it says, thanks so much. And it opens like this. It says, your thoughtfulness, you know what, let me take that down. I don't want to accidentally show her address on Facebook Live. Your thoughtfulness warms my heart and brightens my day. What a cute layout. I love that it opens this way. That's super fun. I've seen this layout open up top like this, but I like it this way. That's really cool. Okay. And then we've got one here from Teresa Courtney from here in Iowa. And let's see here. It says, thinking of you. What a cute layout. This paper was one of my favorites. I don't know, a year or two ago maybe that we had this paper. Super pretty. So look at that. And that petal pink ribbon. Love it. Okay, and then the last one for today is from Barb Harmon in Florida. And her card got a little bit munched, I think, by somebody's postal machine along the way. But it happens. It says, congratulations. And then best wishes on the inside. And it's like a little pocket card. This is so hard to do, holding it up in the air. So it's like a little pocket card that slips in there. That's super cute. I like that. And so I think if you make this type of design, it would also be great because you could slip in like a gift card or, you know, something like that if you're sending it to somebody. So that's a great way to double with that little pocket card. I like that. All right. So I'm going to set those aside so that we can make our card here today. So, Patricia says she's got a few questions. Oh, you're funny. When do you get to see Josh? Well, I don't know. I don't think he's opposed to being on Facebook Live, but I will say when I shared the news of our engagement and we received like 400 comments, it was a whole new perspective for him. You know, not everybody lives their life on Facebook like I do. And so it was very different for him to see that kind of a response to something like that. So he has asked me a couple times to teach him how to make cards. So I've been showing him how to stamp. So maybe one of these days I'll get him on a Facebook Live. We'll see. I mean, he works during the day, so it'd have to be like a special evening one. But, all right, so we're going to make a card today. So this is my card, And so we're using the, what is this called? The Metal Plate 3D embossing folder. This is from the Legendary Ride suite, which is the motorcycle set. But I don't think it just has to be for motorcycles and for guide cards. So I decided to use it as a background here for this really simple thank you card. So let's start with a pile of papers. Okay, these are going to be what I'm going to be cutting up. So my color combination here is, I'm blanking for a second because I was multitasking and reading your comments. This is Sahara Sand, Blushing Bride, of course our basic white, and then this is the white textured shimmer paper, this right here. So it's got a really nice, it's almost like it's been infused with Wink of Stella. So it just has a nice overall shimmer to it. It comes in 3 colors. It's the white, the balmy blue, and the shaded spruce. So super fun there. So let's start with these 2 pieces. Start with our card base and our blushing, no, not Blushing Bride, sorry. Sahara Sand. I'm going to move these out of the way. All right, this is an 8.5 by 5.5 card base, so pretty standard size. And I'm just going to score it here at 4 1/4. Hi, Carol. Welcome to everybody who's been coming in. Oh, a couple of you were asking about my ring. Here's my ring. It's a sapphire with a couple of diamonds on the side. So, okay, I'm going to go over this one more time. So we've got our base scored, and then I'm going to do my Sahara Sand. Brenda, you're asking about the specialty paper. So this paper is in the mini catalog, and it coordinates with the Regency Park set. So if you look under Regency Park, that's where you'll find the textured shimmer paper. Okay, we're gonna go with 4 by 5 1/4. All right, so we've got our 4 by 5 1/4. And then I'm going to take my embossing machine. And I'm using plate number 1 and plate number 4. Oops, grab my embossing folder, because this is a 3D embossing folder. So I like to use the little black line that's on each side of the logo to help make my paper straight, just so I have a nice even pattern here. We always put our embossing folder in spine first. That helps to protect your embossing folder. If you go with the open end first, it is possible that you could break your embossing folder, and we don't want that. Okay, I'm gonna set this aside, and we'll take this out. So now we have our nice textured metal plate embossing piece. All right, so I'm just gonna stick that back in here. We'll take our card base, and we will go ahead and adhere this to the card front. Oh, let me get some of those little pieces off of here. Okay. Now, when it's a 3D piece like this, I like to tape all the way around, because otherwise you can get some weird curls. When you put your piece down, some of the edges will want to curl funny. And so I just like to put tape on all 4 sides. Normally that would be way more tape than you really need to put a piece of cardstock down, but I think it's a good idea. Because let's say, for instance, that I had left it like this. There's actually some ripples right here. You see that? I think you can see. Yeah, you can see. So that's why I'm doing tape on all 4 sides, so that it really nicely lays down flat. Okay, now I'm going to set this aside because we're going to do a few more cutting pieces. So we're going to take our Blushing Bride, And I'm going to cut here at 1/2 inch. This is just a scrap that I pulled out, so we'll do 1/2 inch here. And then I'll do 3 1/4. So 1/2 by 3 1/4. And then our textured shimmer, I want my lines to go horizontal, so I'm going to be mindful of that as I cut it. So first I'm going to cut it with the lines vertical, and I'm going to cut it at 5/8. So I'll cut here at 5/8. And then I'll cut it at 3 1/2. So just slightly longer than the Blushing Bride piece. So got that? Okay, then I need 2 pieces of basic white. And so my first one, I'm going to cut at 3 1/4. And then 2 1/2. So we're looking at 2 1/2 by 3 1/4. Okay, then I'm going to come back to this piece again, and I'm going to cut it down to 3 inches. We're going to do 2 1/4 by 3. So 2 1/4. Okay, let's see. I think that's everything. So then we're going to cut for right now. So that gives us these 4 pieces. So we'll start with the smallest basic white, and we're going to do some stamping. So I'm going to put it on here because I know that I'm going to be stamping off the edge of the paper, and so I want to make sure that I'm protecting my work surface. So I'm using Melon Mambo and Evening Evergreen, and the stamp set I'm using today is called Color and Contour. I found that I was reminded by Stampin' Up! That we are heading towards a new catalog. And what that means is that some of my favorites might retire. I don't know what's retiring yet, but some of these might. And so I've decided I'm going to start going through and pulling out some of my favorites and some of the ones I haven't used yet from both the annual and the mini catalog, and make sure that I give everything a fair shake before it might possibly go away. So this is one of those called Color and Contour. So using the Thanks for Everything, this flower, and then this is kind of a splash of watercolor kind of look for the inside of the flower. And right now I'm experimenting with different options for thank you notes. And so I thought I would try this. Ooh, we got a lot of ink on that stamp. Let's try not to transfer that. I thought I would try this layout. Oh, good. All right. So we got Thanks for Everything. And then I'm going to take my flower here. Hi, Karen. Oh, you're not watching the replay. I'm still live. I'm here. All right. Let's see here. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you so much for those of you who are talking about my ring. I love it. I think Josh did a great job picking it out. Okay, so we're just gonna stamp this here. And I was choosing Evening Evergreen because with all of these stems and leaves, I just thought the green would look really nice. And even for the outline of the flowers, I think the green, let me hold that up closer. I think that green works really well. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and close the green just so I don't accidentally use the wrong color here. And then we're gonna come over to that stamp here with the leaves. And I'm actually gonna, I'm sorry, the inside of the flowers. I'm actually going to use a stamping off. So I'm going to stamp here, and then I'm going to stamp on my flowers. Now these are not meant to be an exact fill for your flowers. It's more of a an artistic look. So there we have our flower piece. Julie, this is Melon Mambo. So This is also a freshly inked Melon Mambo. When I first started working on my sample, my Melon Mambo wasn't stamping super great on the words, and so I re-inked it. You guys, it's like I have a whole new color. Don't forget to re-ink your ink pads. Sometimes it's not your stamping that's causing it to be wonky. It's actually the fact that you need to re-ink your ink pad. So be mindful of that as you're trying to do your crafting. Okay, I'm going to flip both of these over, and I am going to put dimensionals here because I feel like it wouldn't be a card by Holly if I didn't dimensionalize. So I'm actually going to dimensionalize both of them. And then of course we have to tape down our other two pieces as well. So let me bring back my card. So we'll start with these two. And I'm gonna, now I realized, well here, let me tape this down since it's stuck to my finger. I did automatically turn over the textured shimmer, but let me look closely here. I'm not sure there's actually a front and back. These actually look fairly similar to each other, so it would be double-sided. I mean, it's a tiny little strip, so I can't say for certain. Well, here, let me grab this back. I think it might actually be the same on both sides. Yeah, it really is. So it doesn't actually matter which side you use on this piece of paper. All right, we're gonna stick that just slightly lower, and it's just a little bit longer there, so you can see that. Okay, and then our two pieces here. Okay, so we'll take our larger one, I'm going to stick it here, and then the smaller one right on top. So we're layering tone on tone, but it gives it a really great dimension, you guys. I don't know how well that translates on camera. But it really gives a lot of dimension to add that extra white piece behind it, and just kind of give it that extra framing. Okay, before I close this, I'm actually going to turn it over, and I'm going to come back here, and I just want to decorate the inside of my card. So I'm going to take that large stamp again, and I'm going to put that here. Now, for some of you, you might be nervous about stamping on the inside of your card like this. Is that ink? No, it's just a fuzzy. You might get nervous about stamping on the inside of your card, straight on the card base like this, because you're afraid of messing up. No worries. If I had messed this stamp up, I would have just grabbed a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 white and taped it here on the inside, because that would cover up this mistake. And it would give me the chance to redo my stamping on the new white insert. So don't be afraid to stamp right on your card bases, because we know from looking at the front of our card that that tone on tone really looks nice together. The same thing is true on the inside. If I needed to, I could tape a white insert here. So just wanted to point that out. I'm going to take my Melon Mambo, grab my sheet, not because I'm going to stamp off the paper, but because I'm going to do that second generation stamping, or stamping off. There we go. All right, so then I need to finish up the card with some embellishments. I feel like embellishments and dimensionals are going to be included on every card that I make. Doesn't mean it has to be true for you, but for me, I think that's really always true. So here I am using the iridescent pearls, and I am, oh, hello. I accidentally unscrewed my putty end, so let me just screw that back in. There we go. Okay, so I'm using the smaller one. Oh, it's stuck to my finger. Let's stick that right there. Then we'll take another small one and we'll put that over here. And I'll take a large one and I'll put that down there just to add a tiny bit of bling. So we've got our thank you for everything. And what I hope you can imagine when you see a layout like this is that you could switch out these words for practically any occasion, okay? Now, clearly, since we talked about Christmas earlier, this is not a good Christmas card. It's kind of, well, I shouldn't say that. You can send anything you want for Christmas, but not traditionally what you might think. But you could switch this out for happy birthday, get well, sympathy, congratulations, thinking of you. This type of layout is so helpful for any type of occasion you might need to make a card for. And you could always add some words here on the inside too. But just a nice, versatile layout that you could use to make cards for lots of occasions. So, hope that helps you with an idea. Yeah, the white on white is such a great option. Jean says so many color possibilities. Absolutely. You could mix and match this with so many different colors and different stamps. You could put a little animal right here and stamp underneath it. So a lot of different things that you could mix and match with this type of a layout. So hopefully that helps. I'm seeing some questions about the color combination. So this is Melon Mambo, Evening Evergreen, Blushing Bride, and Sahara Sand. So those are the 4 colors that I used here. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Coffee and a Card. And I do just want to let you know, because I received some messages about it. I just totally lost my train of thought. Card Club, that's what I was going to say. Card Club is going to be using the Alphabest set, and I'm actually going to give you a sneak peek because I have a card sitting here. I think I do. So this is one of the cards we'll be making in Card Club this month. So if you want to get a set of 8 cards, 4 different designs, I'm punching out hundreds of these, you guys, these little shapes for you guys. A lot of embossing pieces. So it's going to be a super fun card club. So if you're interested in that, be sure to sign up. All right, you guys, thanks so much for tuning into Coffee and a Card. And don't forget to encourage one another and build each other up. I'll see you soon.